What? Keep attacking, man. You gotta attack, okay? Ryan Day's the definition of a certified weenie. He doesn't attack. He lets other teams and other people in this life attack him. And you're never gonna amount to a hill of beans if you have that mindset. You gotta go out there and you gotta win the game. Nobody's gonna hand it to you. One of my favorite quotes is this right here. And the reason it's my favorite because it's the cold, harsh truth. By failing to prepare, you prepare to fail. Woo! That was something. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it has been a minute since, well, it's been nearly a month really, or actually, I'll pull this up, the whiteboard, because this was the last time I made a video. You should see that pretty good. What video is this? This was, oh yeah. The, whatchamacallit, the college football playoff. Yeah, you don't see that pretty good. The college football playoff, the day before the rankings release, I gave you guys what I thought they should be. See, I got Texas at 1, Bama at 2. Florida State is Cinnamon Rolls at 8. They shouldn't even been in the top 5 or 6, but different conversation for a different day. But you get my point. This was the last video we made with the face cam and whatnot. And I don't know if I stayed this on the channel or not, but these are my personal favorite videos to do. It just doesn't get any better than this. I know you guys like the other videos we do all throughout the week, but right after the game, I love getting up here and talking with you guys. And Ohio State lost. I got a lot to say, okay? Let's just throw that out there right now. I got a lot to say, and I'm also going to be extremely honest with y'all. I was hoping in the second half Ohio State would win this game just due to the fact that I didn't want to get up here and go on a rant, tangent, and scream on my Friday night. But it looks like we're going to have to do that anyways. Thanks a lot, Ryan Day, and thanks a lot, Ohio State. And not even Ohio State. You know what? Thanks a lot, Ryan Day. Okay? And I'm going to be scattered all throughout this video. But let me start by saying this because it's the first thing on my mind. And you know I'm going to say it. Okay? Nobody has been warning you guys more about the fraud himself, Ryan Day, more than me, myself, and I. Okay? You guys know this. I've been saying it for the past 2 years. Ryan Day should have been fired. So don't act brand new around here on this channel. And while I'm glad, I'm not glad the players lost for Ohio State, but while I'm glad Ryan Day lost today and the more he continues to lose, people are starting to side with me. And when they come to this channel, they're like, you know what? This guy Matt might have been on his own because he's been saying Ryan Day should have been fired the past couple of years. This is why. And also, before I go any farther, let me make this clear. I'm not shocked, okay? And I gotta get this whiteboard out of my way. I don't know why. It's made me claustrophobic. I need it completely out the way. I want to get my point across. I am not shocked that Ohio State lost to Missouri. Why am I not shocked? Because we did a separate preview for this game. Go check out the video. It's the beauty of YouTube. It's a time capsule. It's documented on the channel. I picked Missouri to win this game. So that means I'm not shocked, okay? Pick Missouri to win, they won. That's enough said. That's all there is to it. I'm looking at some of the immediate box score stats because I am curious, and you know we're going to write these on the whiteboard in just a second. And you can say what you want about me and our channel. You may agree with all my takes. You may disagree with all my takes. But there's one thing, or actually two things, we've never been wrong about when evaluating. Quarterbacks and head coaches. I know the game. I know what it takes. And Ryan Day doesn't have what it takes, and he doesn't have what I label as the it factor. He can't get over the hump, and I don't know how many more times you watching this video want me to come up here and tell you he's a fraud before you start to believe it. Thankfully, a bunch of people this season, they're starting to get on that train with me. And I really don't want to make this a Ryan Day rant video, but at the end of the day, doesn't it fall back on him? I mean, that's what everybody's going to talk about. Let's talk about the game itself, though. Ohio State's defense, I know they did give up 2 touchdowns in the second half, but let me clap it up to them. They looked elite out there. Not great. They looked elite. They're like a top 5 defense in the nation. All throughout this year, I thought their defense played really well. I'm not going to give them great because it's hard for me to evaluate when you're playing in the Big Ten, but I'm going to say they had a solid season, all in all. It's unfortunate that your defense, the best they've looked in the past 10 years, coincidentally or ironically enough, was the worst in the same season, the worst your offense has looked in the past 10 years. But man, oh man, that defense was nothing short of fantastic, and they did it against a very stout Missouri team, and Missouri's got one of the best running backs in the country, and what I think is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the country as well. And oh yeah, how can I forget to throw in there, Missouri also had Luther Burden, one of the best wide receivers in the nation. That Ohio State defense, they showed up and they showed out. Unfortunately, when you don't get support from your offense, you're gonna wear down. It was only a matter of time, and that's what happened. Speaking of offense, it's the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it. Devin Brown, he got hurt. I'm actually curious. Let me pull this up real quick, because here's my thing. Devin Brown only threw a few passes, about 6. Yeah, he was 4 for 6, but even those 2 incompletions he had, I was sitting there watching on my couch downstairs, and I was like, yeah, this guy doesn't look that good. He doesn't look near as good as Kyle McCord. Now, I'm not saying that Devin Brown would have threw 3 more interceptions if he would have stayed in the ball game, but what I am saying is I don't think he would have went out there and threw for 350 and 3 touchdowns. I don't think he was going to have some special night like that. And it really doesn't matter what I think or what you think Devin Brown would have done, because in reality, he got hurt. He didn't get to play in the backup. I believe I'm saying his, I really don't know how to say his last name. Lincoln Keenholz? Is that how you say his last name? If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. He came in and, yeah, it was interesting. Sorry, it was interesting to say the least. It looked like, I tweeted it out. If you follow me on Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. But that Ohio State quarterback looked like that meme of the Oklahoma State quarterback when he came in the game years ago and he was about to hike the ball and they zoom in on his hands and his hands are shaking. That's how, what's his name, Lincoln, is that his name? Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah, Lincoln Keenholz looked against Missouri. 6 for 17. Actually, let me pull out the whiteboard. I'm going to reset my camera too. Give me a second. All right, boom. Back at it like a crack at it. Oh, snap. It's been a month since we've written on this whiteboard. What's the chances it erases? Is this going to be stuck? Oh, okay. We should be good. I thought it was going to stick there for a second. Keenholz. Well, there it is. Read it and weep. Sorry. That's better. Where'd I put the marker? Oh, it's in my pocket. I'm all over the place, guys. Well, Rusty, we ain't done one of these videos in a minute. Keenholz on the night. 6 for 17. It's not going to cut it. 86 yards. Underline that. Now, if I were to tell you, Ohio State fans, whatever quarterback you have playing this game, your leading passer on the night is going to have 86 yards and go 6 for 17. What is that? 6, 12, 8. So that's about 34 completion percentage, right? If I'd have told you your leading quarterback, your leading passer is going to put up these numbers, what do you think the outcome of this game would have been? Probably something like it wound up being, right? You're going to lose by double digits, and that's exactly what happened. Oh, wait a minute. I'm curious, too. How many rushing yards did Ohio State have? And by the way, quick shout out to Travion Henderson. I love watching him play, but it's hard to be effective when the defense can walk in and focus on it. Okay, Henderson had 19 carries for 72 yards, but dude, that guy's explosive. I think he's going to be a great NFL back. In total, you're going to get my live reaction to this as well, because haven't seen it quite just yet. Okay, Missouri had 19 first downs. Ohio State had 12. But how many total yards do you think Ohio State had? I'll give you Missouri's. Missouri had, we'll just leave this up here. Mizzou total yards. All right, how many total yards do you think Missouri had? Take a wild guess. They had 331, to be exact. How many total yards do you think Ohio State had? A very miserable 203. It's not going to cut it, man. But going back to this, and it's the reason I wrote it real big here in the middle. I know the scapegoat that all these Ohio State fans are going to use. Well, Matt, we're playing with our third-string quarterback. I get it. 1,000,000%. Okay? Not many teams out there are going to beat a top 10 team in Missouri with a third-string quarterback. It's just not going to happen. But here's my biggest problem with this performance. from Ryan Day on the coaching side of it. One of my favorite quotes is this right here, and the reason it's my favorite because it's the cold, harsh truth. By failing to prepare, you prepare to fail. I'm going to say that one more time. By failing to prepare, you prepare to fail. Do what you want with that information. It's brutal, it's harsh, but it is the cold, hard truth. By failing to prepare, you prepare to fail. Ryan Day, all throughout his career, has done that. He has failed to prepare. And that means, like I've said 4 times now, if you don't fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. I think you know where I'm going with this. They didn't prepare old Keen holes here. Ryan Day went into this game and put his eggs in one basket. Put all of them in one basket. Said, you know what, Devin Brown's the guy. We're wrong with him. He's going to carry us to victory. And you forgot to give what is now your second string quarterback some reps. It's not like he was the second string quarterback on a 1-week notice. They had a couple of weeks to prepare for this game. And I believe, when did Kyle McCord enter the portal? Yeah, he entered the portal way back. So this got a couple of weeks to prepare as a second stringer. And Ryan Day didn't do a good enough job. My problem is when your backup quarterback comes into the game, what did they do in the first half? And this pissed me off, and I'm not even an Ohio State fan. Every single play, handoff, 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 handoff. Dude, you gotta let him throw the ball. I was actually satisfied when it was late in the first half, and what was it, 3rd down or something, and there's about 40 seconds left, and they let him throw the ball. It was incomplete, but you're at least telling Missouri, hey, we're here to play. Whether we got our first string or 8th string, we're here to play. Ryan Day coached in this game the way he's coached in the past 3 games against Michigan, and how he coached in every single game. He coaches not to lose. He doesn't coach to win. And that's the difference from guys like Ryan Day. Well, I don't have him written down, but that is the difference from guys like Ryan Day and Nick Saban. Nick Saban coaches to win. Kirby Smart coaches to win. I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh, well, we had our 3rd string quarterback. He's done it every game. He even did it with C.J. Stroud. He coaches not to lose. You got to coach to win. Remember against Georgia? With C.J. Stroud, there was time left on the clock, and they could have continued to push the ball down the field and get a touchdown or get a closer field goal. But no, he was like, you know what, we're good. We'll settle for a 50-yarder. What? Keep attacking, man. You got to attack, okay? Ryan Day's the definition of a certified weenie. He doesn't attack. He lets other teams and other people in this life attack him. And you're never going to amount to a hill of beans if you have that mindset. You got to go out there and you got to win the game. Nobody's going to hand it to you. Don't get me started on it, okay? I know I'm getting a little started and rallied up, but life's a gamble, man. You got to take risks every now and then. Ryan Day doesn't do that. My only complaint is they waited too long to throw the ball. When you had a 3-0 lead against Missouri and you got your 3rd stringer in, man, you should have been gunslinging that thing. Or maybe not gunslinging, okay? I'm being a little, over-exaggerating here. But they should have thrown the ball a little bit more. At least prove that he was a threat. Once you handed the ball off the first 10 times in a row with him and you're running out of the Wildcat, you showed the defensive coordinator in Missouri, oh yeah, we're really nervous, so we just hope you kind of bow down and let us get the win. Dude, it's not going to happen. Missouri made it to this game for a reason. They're not going to bow down. They're going to attack you. And although your defense was shutting out Missouri, Missouri finally pieced it together. And they still beat you by double digits. Embarrassing. It's getting late, guys. I could probably sit up here for the next 30 minutes and ramble, but you guys have probably had enough of me. I still got to go to the gym tonight. Tomorrow, we got the cinnamon rolls in Georgia. What is it, 4 Eastern? We're doing a live reaction or a reaction video to that. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. And I don't know, maybe I'll talk about this tomorrow too, because I'm just tired of Ryan Day. I feel bad for Ohio State fans. The worst thing that could have ever happened to y'all was Ryan Day win 11 games per year. Because at that point, you can't justify firing him. I can, but I'm not calling the shots. The best thing that could ever happen to Ohio State is you name MattBeGreat's the athletic director, and I fire Ryan Day 1 hour with them being hired. And you're gonna laugh, haha, Matt, good. I'm not joking. That'd be the best thing that could ever happen. Let me know your thoughts down below.